Welcome to the Filmmaker's Lifestyle. I'm Mike Buffo, and this is Eric Hinwood, and today we are talking about the American film market. Today, we seized the opportunity to come to Los Angeles, to the heart of Santa Monica, to meet $7 billion of buying power and all of the producers and creatives that come with that, to descend on a couple of hotels that have been transformed to make deals over the course of 8 days. We're in a unique position because we have a completed film, but not all packages here today that are up for sale are complete. All the productions here range from the beginning of the writing process to completion. There's a lot of screenings here, there's a lot of networking events, and there's workshops and spotlight networking sessions, and plenty of opportunity to dive into this business and learn a lot, and that's why we're here.
I like to make the joke around the office that if we had $1 for every time somebody says, we'll just sell it to Netflix, or can't we just take this to Netflix, then we can just finance the movies with that money.
You know, Mike, one of the most interesting things I found about the American film market is that because it's not a film festival, it has an entirely different audience than what I'm used to. I'm used to seeing actors, directors, different filmmakers, all that kind of stuff. But here, we're actually seeing more sales representatives, line producers, people working in big business, CEOs, executives, nothing like what you normally see in a film festival, so it's a very different experience. You know, one of the most interesting things about going to these AFM conferences is getting to hear the perspective of some of these people that have been in the industry for so long and the type of genres and storylines that they'll immediately look towards when they're looking for their next film.
People have an incredible amount of information and access points in a way they didn't have before, and that they want to sort of consume what they want, when they want, how they want. And if that means I want 5 minutes of it when I'm on my bus to work, or I want to really relax in a big screen with my friends or my family and have my popcorn and lose myself for 90 minutes, they want the choices. This is something we never talked about, 10 years ago when putting together a television show. It wasn't part of it. I just think while we all sit here as producers and creators and we really want to focus on just awesome story, I think we really have to respect the audience enough to also think about how they best want to digest it.
One of the most amazing things for me, my biggest takeaway, was just being in the presence of these people who are on the stage who have such leadership over the stories that we see in the world. I can't even begin to name all the franchises we heard in the bios of some of these people, but just to hear them talk about what works, what films get made, which ones don't, it was very educational. I have a fascinating story to tell you. This is my first time, this is our first time at the American film market. We're pretty green in this industry compared to some of these people here, but not compared to others. We definitely met some people who have no idea what they're doing, in my judgment, and they are learning as they go, but in different people's perspective, I don't know what I'm doing, and that's fine. This is markets for everybody. So one thing that happened, I met a distributor, a real distributor, who works in globally, and I was sitting down, and I told him that my film is very unique because it was made by a nonprofit, and it was a community effort, and it was written by a group of amateurs, and we actually have something pretty great. And he's like, he basically kind of threw him off, and he had to go. But before he left, he said, "I'm going to give you a gift," and he took out of his bag something that I didn't have access to, and he gave it to me, and he told me what to do with it. So here's my advice if you ever come to AFM. Do what Eric and I just did over lunch. Look in the program for all of the films that are screening and all the ones that are like your film, your genre. Highlight those, make note, find out where they're screening, which theaters, and seek those companies out. And then go try to meet them. Call them, email them, try to get a meeting while we're here, or just go to those screenings.
Roll credits.
Okay. Eric and I make a very unique combination, and this is what I recommend if you are going to come to AFM. Eric is the creative director of our movie, and I'm the salesman producer. And that is a very unique combination because we can play both sides of the sales conversation, and let's face it, that's why we're here. We're here to size up the people that we're talking to. They're here to size us up to find out who we are, to find out who they are. So in our conversations, the first thing we're doing is finding out, are they a buyer or a seller? Are they a creative or are they a producer? And from that, we can make contact. But the worst thing that we can do is pitch our creative project and Eric talk about the story and why it's relevant to an intern or to another director. We want to thank you for watching the Filmmaker's Lifestyle Show on YouTube and for following War of the Limelight, or if you're a fan of the American film market. However you found us today, if you like and subscribe, you'll be sure to get tips about breaking into the film business, running your own video production business, or making narrative films, because we do all of that. So thanks for commenting, liking, subscribing, and for showing us some love. Thank you.
And have a great day.
All right, on to the next video.